Ever hopped in a time machine, not to meet, like, Cleopatra or something, but to bring a hunk of metal back to life?
Uh-huh. I like that.
Well, that's kind of what we're doing today, diving deep into the world of automotive restoration technicians.
Right, yeah.
We've got RoleCatcher.com, their insights on what it takes to thrive in this field, where, honestly, it's not just grease monkeys, it's artistry, too.
It really is fascinating. I mean, we're not just talking about your average mechanic here. These are folks who are blending like serious technical skills with this deep passion for automotive history.
So forget those oil-stained coveralls, right? Because today's deep dive, we're uncovering the real dedication and straight-up expertise that goes into reviving these automotive legends. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's dispel a myth right off the bat. It's not just about being a gearhead. Reading through RoleCatcher's guide, honestly, the sheer variety of skills needed surprised me. We're talking inspection, diagnosis, sure, but then there's the artistry of refinishing.
Oh, yeah.
Meticulous details of a full leather conversion, even color matching, to get that factory fresh look.
Whoa, hold up. Full leather conversion. That's like, what, painstakingly stitching together an interior like some luxury car designer.
Exactly.
And RoleCatcher says employers want people who can do it all, not just one specialty.
Yeah.
So being a jack of all trades, or I guess jack of all repairs, that's the real edge.
You got it. It's that adaptability that really makes someone stand out in this field, because every project is a puzzle, right? One day you're wrestling a vintage engine, the next you're hunting down authentic parts for a dashboard from who knows when.
Speaking of parts, where do they even find these things? Cars older than their grandparents, probably. RoleCatcher touches on that. It sounds like a scavenger hunt, honestly.
It's wild. Swap meets,
Yeah.
online forums, they even build relationships with machinists to recreate parts that just don't exist anymore. Talking about detective work, right?
Art history buff, part mechanic, part Sherlock Holmes.
Exactly.
Okay, let's be real, though. RoleCatcher doesn't sugarcoat it. This career's demanding. Physically tough, maybe hazardous materials, long nights, deadlines, you know?
Oh, yeah, you're not clocking out at 5 every day,
Yeah.
but that's any skilled trade when you're this invested. And that comes through in RoleCatcher's interviews. The people who thrive, they love the challenge, the problem solving, bringing something back from basically being scrap metal.
Reminds me of the 67 Mustang restoration I read about. Original upholstery was, well, it had seen better days, team pulled all-nighters, but seeing that car gleaming in the showroom
I bet.
made it worth it, you know? Big satisfaction to balance out the tough parts.
Absolutely. And that passion, it's clear in how RoleCatcher talks about the career trajectory, which, that brings us to actually getting started in this field.
Right, because it's not like you just walk into a shop and are like, okay, hand over your rustiest project, I'm ready.
Haha, not quite. RoleCatcher makes it clear this is a career built on like layers of knowledge.
Yeah.
Vocational training, apprenticeships, those are crucial. And then the hands-on experience, that's what really adds up.
It's like leveling up in a video game almost.
I like that.
You get better, more skilled with each car you bring back.
Exactly. And just like a video game, you got to master a bunch of skills to get to those higher levels. RoleCatcher points out, you don't just put in your time. It's about constantly learning new things, too.
So, sure, knowing how to rebuild an engine's important, but you got to keep up with new tech, new materials, even just like different ways of doing things.
Yeah, and that's a lot to stay on top of.
For sure.
And that's where those online forums, the communities RoleCatcher talks about, those are huge. Sharing knowledge, troubleshooting, or even just geeking out over a rare part someone found.
There's that community aspect again. It really seems key.
It is. And as you get more experience, build a name for yourself, you can specialize, right?
Oh, interesting.
Like maybe you're the person for pre-war Packards, or your color matching is so good, collectors fly you out.
You're not even just a technician anymore. You're like an artisan.
Exactly.
That's gotta be where a portfolio shines. RoleCatcher emphasizes that too.
Oh, absolutely essential. Think about it. Potential clients scrolling through, seeing those before and afters.
Wow, yeah.
It's not just a car. It's proof of everything you can do.
Talk about a business card. Okay, so you've got the skills, the experience, the portfolio. How does RoleCatcher connect those dots between a technician and, like, someone who's dying to have their classic car worked on?
That's their sweet spot. Their platform is built for that. Features to show off your skills, connect you with the right employers, even get you ready for interviews.
Right. They have that huge question bank for interviews specific to restoration careers. And AI feedback, too.
It's true, they do. And in a competitive field, that prep is everything. RoleCatcher gives you the tools to stand out, Prove why you're the one to bring that engine back to life.
Like having a secret weapon, but for your career.
Huh. I like it.
Okay, we've talked skills, challenges, the career ladder, but gotta touch on the emotional side of this too, right?
Because it's more than just a job, for sure.
Totally. There's magic in taking something broken, forgotten, and making it new again. RoleCatcher even gets that
And
across.
they do. For these technicians, it's not fixing cars. It's bringing back this feeling,
Yeah.
almost like magic, like you said.
Which maybe gets to the core of why someone chooses this. What is it about restoration that calls to certain people?
Well, looking at RoleCatcher's research, it attracts people who love how complex cars are, but also they want to see the results of their work, tangible proof.
That blend of art and engineering,
Exactly. It's satisfying to take something everyone else wrote off and be like, nope, I can fix this.
bringing it back to its former glory, like you're defying time or something.
That's true. And each project is unique because of its story, too. You're not working on just a car. It's someone's past, their memories.
It's like you become a caretaker of history almost.
Yeah, and that matters to people in this line of work.
Mm.
Not just a job. It's something more.
And you can tell, even in how RoleCatcher writes job descriptions, they get that emotional side. It's not just a list of tasks.
Totally. They understand it's about reviving something, not just repairing it. That's special.
Brings us to, like, the heart of it all. Why this career?
Huh?
What is it about car restoration that speaks to people?
From what I've seen in RoleCatcher stuff, it's folks who appreciate how intricate cars are, but they also want to see what they did. Not just data on a screen, but the real deal.
That mix of art and engineering, for sure. You're using your hands, your brain, even gut instinct sometimes, to solve problems a computer wouldn't know where to start.
Right. And there's such satisfaction in taking what someone thought was gone forever and be like, nope, I got this.
Bringing it back to its prime, it's like defying time almost.
Kind of. And each project is unique because of the story behind it. Not just metal and parts, but someone's history, what that car meant to them.
You become a caretaker of more than just the car, almost.
Yeah, and that responsibility, that's huge for people drawn to this. It's a calling, not just a paycheck.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into this world, what are some key things to remember?
First off, passion drives this field. The best restoration techs, they live for the work, the tough parts too, because it means something to them.
And that passion's backed by a whole community, right?
Yeah,
Experts, enthusiasts, all sharing what they know.
huge. And that community stresses always learning. New tech, new approaches, even just the history side of it keeps evolving.
So never stop getting better. Mastering your craft, that's key.
Exactly. And with resources like RoleCatcher, this career is more accessible than ever. They've got everything. Guidance, interview prep, you name it, all tailored to this field.
So if you've ever thought about bringing a classic car back to life, felt that pull towards engines and design, this could be it.
It really could. And if you're ready to take that next step, see where your passion leads, check out RoleCatcher. They might just have the key to making it happen.
Couldn't agree more. And from all of us here at The Deep Dive, thanks for being along for the ride.